You can support this show on patreon.com/wandering the aisles. That's patreon.com/wandering the aisles. This is the Dog the Bounty Hunter retail shop.
Yes.
Thank
sure
you.
Is.
This is amazing.
Yeah. There's a nice flag of dog right in there. If you ever need any Dog the Bounty Hunter clothes or anything.
Is that what, I guess that's what they're selling.
Yeah, he like
Clothes.
Dog owns this place. He comes in here and stuff sometimes.
Welcome to Wandering the Aisles. I'm Andy Farnsworth. These are impulse buys with commentary from Earth's most interesting regular people, happenings out in the world, spontaneous conversational films. I like to say that. It sounds a little pretentious if I just leave it there. I got to do a little tag on it. The last 3 episodes, I haven't really been going to stores with people. Got a few coming up that are a return to that. I'm going to pause for a second and just explain what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my wall here in this bedroom. There's blood spatter on the wall, which is from the dog, Jack, who I'm fortunate enough to have as a roommate. His tail was bleeding, and this guy, man, he just wags the fuck out of his tail. I mean, that thing can do some damage. It hurts if it hits you. He's a boxer, bigger dog. But I got out the other day, I walked out in the hall, and there's just blood spatter all over the hall. Murder scene is not quite accurate. It looked like some sort of Santeria ritual. Santeria? Yeah. I always unfortunately think of Sublime when I say that word. But hey, it's good to have company here. Jack, Penny, and I, we all just went out into the backyard and urinated together, set off the motion sensor. It's not a nightly ritual, but I felt like they were doing it. I should get in on that, too. My dick didn't look great in that light, I will say that. We got a dick joke in here in the first 3 minutes. Which, speaking of, we're getting back to dick jokes here soon. I'm actually doing a show in real life here on Friday. So, speaking of dick jokes and three-legged dogs and Santeria, I had a whole monologue here of just commentary about race and like all this stuff that's just, I just feel like I'm in over my head with what I recorded. For now, for today, let's say I'm kind of in revision and I don't know, I just think I need to shut up for a minute and keep listening. I feel like the world has kind of just shut me up in the last few weeks, which is great for having a podcast. My point is, I hope if you're listening to this one, you're not thinking I'm just going back to normal, to my regularly scheduled programming, but I am just kind of on pause for a minute. I don't really have an eloquent essay about what has been really just striking my heart about race and my own. Frankly, I was talking to my buddy Drew, and what is really hard to admit is that I don't quite understand the depth of trauma when I'm talking to someone of color that they're dealing with. We were talking tonight, and I mean, I won't divulge the whole conversation, but it's that thing of like, I just got a lot of listening to do. That's the long and short of it. My guest today is Mr. Steve Vanderploeg. It's a Dutch name. He helped me learn how to pronounce it. My friend Dave calls him Ploogie. I don't know if that's a nickname he likes, but I just said it. So if you're listening, Steve, I hope you are. And also, I think Steve's mom might be with us today. Steve said she might be listening. Hello, shout out to Kay. I think your son did very well in this episode, and you're a very supportive mom for listening. We did curse, we did talk about Lots of stuff. Drugs. Not so much sex. Food. No. We didn't really cover... Well, we just... This conversation reminded me of like bonding with my neighbor growing up. And you're like kicking each other's dirt bikes, asking each other questions. That's kind of the spirit of what this felt like. It's good to get to know him. Steve is a very, very funny comic here in Denver. Kind of a boss, really. He runs a bunch of shows under the banner of something called Rotating Tap. He has a bunch of shows at breweries that he organizes, and it's super successful. I get to do a couple of those shows. Doing one Friday. Things are starting to open up. I think we're doing it respectfully, medically. Sanitary comedy is what we're doing. He is at Slumdog Chillionaire on Instagram. And if you're in the Denver area, I would highly recommend watching his account for shows coming up once things start getting going again here. But I'm excited to get back out. And I'm grateful to Steve for doing this. And I'm just going to shut up and hand him off to you. Steve Vanderplug, let's get going. This is me picking him up in the truck and us going to... Well, we started out going to REI, and then we end up at Sloan's Lake, the edge of Denver, interestingly enough. Learned a lot about this guy, and learned some things about my first curse words. This was very helpful in that regard. Hey, come on, let's go. Get your stuff. We're going. I hope he doesn't mind that I start this where I started. I just thought it was funny. What's up, dude? Are you driving or am I driving?
You can drive. I'm just putting my weed away.
Okay, cool. How are you, man?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm all right. Thanks for doing this. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a fun kidnapping.
Yeah, I'm down. Sounds great.
Do you have any shopping that you need to do or anything?
No, I don't at all, really. I need to buy a Frisbee for Frisbee golf, but I don't think any stores are open.
Does like REI have that?
I don't think so.
I mean, we couldn't do a more wider activity.
I know. I mean, maybe regular golf.
Right? Right, that's true.
Frisbee golf's the poor man's golf.
Yeah. Are you one of those guys who's like super good at it?
I'm not super good. I'm okay. With everything going on, it's like one of the few activities there's still to do. And I've been playing for a long time, but I've never gotten like super into it.
Yeah.
But with nothing going on this year, it's like, fuck it. I'm just gonna... I've been going after... Once this all started, it was like kind of nice enough to go, so I've been going out probably on average like 3 or 4 times a week to play. Just because, like, I don't know, you can't do anything right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, if you're within 6 feet of someone while you're Frisbee golfing, that's just like grounds for assault.
Right. Yeah, just chuck the Frisbee right at him. Yeah, I literally just finished eating when you got here, so I'll be burping up some, like, green chili.
That is totally fine.
During all this.
Yeah. I've done episodes where I realize I just don't even think about it sometimes, or I'm chewing. I did 20 minutes where I'm chewing gum. It's like, Andy, that's going to be awesome.
Whoops. Yeah.
I feel like the comment I usually get about this podcast is that people are like, I felt like I was just spying on a conversation. Like people hanging out.
Ooh, a little eavesdropping.
Like third wheel kind of thing. Yeah.
That's fun. I like eavesdropping on people.
I know, I do too.
I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I'll listen to like my neighbors fight a lot.
Really?
We can hear them like yelling inside and stuff, and we'll like crack our window open to hear what they're saying and stuff. I love eavesdropping. Oh my God.
I gotta admit, yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like someone is like? Do you feel like the relationship is like? There's clearly one person who's in the wrong. Do you guys take sides?
Well, I think that a part of it, honestly, is not even content of what they're arguing, but tone.
Yeah.
And I think that the man in the relationship usually escalates the tone. where the woman just kind of defends herself in the same tone. And by that, I mean, that's when they start screaming at each other. He's usually the first one to yell.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't think they know. I would be shocked if they ever found out, my name. We don't talk to each other, really.
Yeah.
We get along. We're not like enemy neighbors, but we don't really talk. I don't think they know my name. I don't think they know that I perform quote unquote comedy.
You perform comedy, dude. You're funny.
Yeah.
You make me laugh.
I don't know if they would appreciate it. I've thought about doing like a show on my front porch during all this, but like they also have kids and I'm not really a family. I'm not like super clean, you know? I'm not raunchy, but I talk about dark things.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. I had this neighbor I lived in Queens, and there's this French guy and his girlfriend, and they would fucking get drunk and like they'd be at each other. And they're in the room next to me, so I'm kind of on eggshells. I'm not like I can't just let it roll off like I'm flexing. But they're yelling. I mean, it could get into something. But he did this thing where he was gonna call the cops on her. He does his like phone. He's like, I'm calling the cops. And he's like, this is a French accent, which I can't do. He's like, yes.
You can't do a French accent?
And he's like, yes, I'm here and my girlfriend she's so violent and he's trying to do the fake. He hasn't dialed.
Just out of curiosity, is he playing an accordion while he says all that?
He took off his beret to fight, I'm pretty sure. He put on his fighting beret.
That's how he got the eye patch.
But I can't relate it very well, but he was having a fake phone call with the police to try to scare her.
Oh, he wasn't actually
on the phone with them. It was like the pauses were off, and he's like, okay, you're gonna be here in 5 minutes, you know? And
yeah. Tricky.
So you're saying she's wrong? Okay. You know, it was just like a total fake conversation.
Right.
Yeah, it's that I don't know if I love hearing people. We're going to REI.
Oh, cool.
How do you feel about that?
I'm fine with that,
I need another hat.
Yeah, go to REI. The great outdoors, indoors.
Exactly. I mean, you can go climbing. Wouldn't that be fun if I did a podcast where you just stood there and I climbed?
I'm your belay. I'm just sitting there holding your body weight the entire time. That'd be good.
That'd be amazing, actually. Yeah, I don't know. So is it entertaining to you when they fight, or is it uncomfortable?
It's a little uncomfortable because they do have kids, and it's like some of the times I know that the kids are home. So that's a bummer. But sometimes it's a little entertaining. But like they'll get in a fight and they'll yell at each other. And then he'll just go outside and grill for like 4 hours. I'll just see him in the backyard. Just like, he's got like a grill smoker combo. And so he'll be like smoking something and just like standing there looking at the smoker. I know he's not doing anything. Yeah. You can't like open it and let all the smoke out. So he's just standing there like staring. I'm like, oh, cool. All right.
Yeah. It's such a good metaphor, just steaming, the smoke.
Coming
out of the grill.
Just let the smoke come out.
I'm gonna find it, but in a big truck like this, you can't do big U-turns.
Oh, sure.
You can't do
that.
Them.
Makes sense.
Are you from here?
I am.
Okay,
yeah,
so
born and raised.
So you're like, Andy's going the wrong way right now.
Yeah, I'm not in any hurry though.
Yeah, well, me neither.
Maybe I'll get a water bottle at REI. I don't know.
Yeah. Do they have like a coffee shop at REI?
There's a Starbucks there.
Is
for
there
sure.
Really?
Yeah. AJ Finney works there. Do you know AJ?
I know his name. I don't know him.
He's a very funny comic.
Oh, wait, no. Dave Yates, my friend Dave Yates, he said, he's like, you should talk to him. He mentioned him.
Nice. Is that how I got in, Dave Yates?
No, you're someone I was just like, I want to talk to him. And I want to get on as many shows as possible, so I want to get on it in his good graces.
Oh, the truth comes out.
It's just a transaction. No, man, I think you're funny. I just have an instinct with this show. It's weird, not to sound like too pretentious, but I mean, there's like, you just want to kind of sometimes you just want to know somebody.
Totally. Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
just like, he seems interesting.
I mean, also the fact that I run a lot of shows, like, it's obvious too to me. Like, people think that they're pulling a fast one, but like there is a trade in comedy where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you run a show, I'll give you this so I can do your show, and I see that, and sometimes the effort is like half-assed, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'll book you, but I'm also like, that's not the purpose of all this.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and the thing is, I found if I'm in that mindset, it's never fucking good, and it actually never works out. If I'm really like, I want something from this relationship or this transaction.
Yeah, it's silly.
It never works, dude.
I don't book anybody because they have something to offer back. I only book people because I like them, and it's like...
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, you've had me on a couple times, and I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah,
it means a lot when you're fucking new.
Right.
Cause, I mean, I've been doing stand-up a minute, but it's still like...
You're new to the town, yeah.
Comedy, man, it just keeps finding ways to humble you, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Never ends.
Never ends.
Never ends. I'd say stay here.
Stay here?
Yeah.
Okay. You said it with the tone of a hostage negotiator. Like, I wouldn't do that right now.
I wouldn't do that.
I
It's
wouldn't.
not
No sudden.
necessary. Yeah. Just, you do you, and we'll figure this out.
Yeah.
I started producing more shows. The one that was Chain Reaction has been going on for a long time. Very successful, very fun. And I didn't want to have to wait around for a club to pass me to be doing comedy 5-6 nights a week.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it wasn't any other factor other than I was motivating myself to be able to get on stage that often.
Yeah.
And make some money too. But I just wanted the opportunity, and I realized that waiting for somebody else to give me that opportunity was dumb.
Yeah.
So I was just making it for myself.
Yeah. Have you learned a lot about comics from being from that perspective? Like their neediness?
Yeah, I mean, I see the thing is, I love everybody in Denver, but there's a lot of complaints that go on, and in reality, you just got to shut up and work harder.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yep. Now what? Straight.
Yeah, you can't turn here. You'll go left at the light.
Okay.
And then we'll be there. We'll be at REI. Recreational Equipment Incorporated, I think.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Maybe Industries? Probably Incorporated.
Yeah. Rhonda eats
insects. Nice.
I'm great at improv, if you can't tell.
Yes.
I'm so fast on
Yes,
my feet.
and insects. Yes, and bugs.
Yes, and... man. And that's the other thing, is like, I feel myself being slow on my feet, you know? Like,
Yeah.
It's like you're in this pressure cooker when you're doing stand-up, and
You're on it all the time.
you're faster.
Yeah, I feel rusty for sure. I don't know. It's interesting because I posted the other day on Facebook to see like what comics are like interested in the idea of performing again. And
Yeah.
for the most part, everybody's like, yeah, I would if safety precautions are taken. And then a couple were like, no, you can't be doing comedy right now. Like, that's just not a thing. Well, look at this curbside pickup line. Damn.
I know, it's just a bunch. It looks like a Subaru gang.
Is REI open?
Yeah, I think so. But I think this is are they? I just said that with no.
Yeah,
they
it looks
don't look-
pretty boarded up from all the...
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, looks like we're going somewhere else. What did you
Okay.
need to get?
Well, it doesn't have to be that. I thought about going to the zoo. The zoo's probably not open either, are they?
I don't think they are yet, no. I think
Well,
they're
you're the
trying
local
to.
man. Do you have places you like to just stroll? We could go to a park. We could go to like Cheeseman or something. Or just walk real quick, do one lap. I mean, we don't have to record for too long, maybe, you know. I just like to do like an hour.
Yeah, I mean, it's hot as hell out, but...
It is hot, isn't it? And I would turn this on, but it's loud.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we could go to Sloan's Lake. I live on that side of town.
Oh, I've never been there.
Yeah.
Can we go?
Yeah, totally.
That seems peaceful.
It is. It's nice. I'll be nice and sweaty for work. I wish I had worn a black shirt, but that's okay. That's on me.
Yeah, that's all I wear. I wear white, and I'm like, what are you, a hero?
start wearing those like Superman onesies around.
Yeah.
I had something to say, but I forgot what we were saying.
We were talking about neediness and comics and like being approached, being on the other side of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, you posted something about on Facebook.
Oh yeah, that's right. And like a couple people were like, "You shouldn't do this. It's not ethical." And while I respect their opinions, I'm also like, I mean, if the precautions are followed by what the government is telling us. Granted, like I also understand the government isn't fully sure of what to do.
Yeah.
But like if all the safety precautions are taken, why can't we do comedy right now? Like I don't see why not.
Yeah.
It's not going to be what it was. We all know that.
Yeah.
Like.
I didn't know that until you just said it. But it will, won't it? Eventually.
I mean, eventually, hopefully. But like, I've heard like there's clubs opening. I've heard that one club has like a giant piece of plastic surrounding the stage. So it's like you're just like in a cage performing. Like that sounds awful.
Is that really the problem? Is the performer? It's the people next to each other.
Well, that's part of it too. And so like, you know, like Comedy Works downtown, you can't. It's such a tight space.
Yeah.
It's like hard to have anybody socially distant in there.
Yeah.
So stuff like that it's just not going to exist. A lot of brewery shows, you know, the Irish Snug basement.
Yeah.
That they could squeeze like 60 people in there. Now they'll be lucky to get like 12 in that room because it's so small.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of outdoor parking lot stuff until they like find a vaccine. And even then, who knows, you know?
Yeah. I know what I saw. You posted that, and I saw what you're referring to. Some of that, and it is like, well, it's like I'm of several minds about everything. I get it. I get that perspective of, but it's like, I don't know. I just bailed on that thought. I don't know, but I don't know. I guess I was thinking about like as a performer. Are you, Andy? Are you ready to do that? And I think I kind of am. You know? I mean, Zoom shows are just,
it sucks.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you're not performing, where I'm putting that energy, and I'm a little embarrassed to say this, is likes on Facebook or social or Twitter, and it's hell.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, 4? Are you kidding me?
I don't know if you can, I wouldn't park here. No? I would go back to the neighborhood just because they have this blocked off. I don't think that car's supposed to be here either.
That's a nice shady spot. This is the most narcissistic. Like the world's falling apart, and we're like,
oh, why am I not on?
Yeah.
Why am I not successful on Twitter?
But I guess the reason I started that whole thing was just I just, you know, even if I'm performing for 5 people, at least that satisfies whatever that neediness thing is that I have. You know, I'm not as concerned or whatever about.
See, as a producer, I'm like, there's not enough people. There's never enough people.
Well, yeah, of course. But I mean, I'll take 5 people in real life over 5 people on Facebook. You know?
Yeah, straight up. That's the truth. Because of COVID and stuff, like the... Oh, yeah, that's good.
As if my PTSD wasn't happening.
Let's go this way. There's a lot of pounding and construction. It sounds like it's this way too, so.
Let's go towards it, man. Sounds of jackhammering. That's good. Good radio.
Yeah. Yeah, what have you been up to during all this?
This takes a ton of time, editing the show.
Nice.
And writing and all the just social stuff, promoting it, booking people. But God, now I'm embarrassed. I don't know, dude.
I mean, nobody really knows.
I'm collecting unemployment.
Yeah, nice. Me too.
I feel like it's not great for the ego. Like I have a friend who was talking about his other friend who's on unemployment, and he was doing that thing where he's like, yeah, my friend's just like, he's not even looking for a job, and he's like kicking his feet up. It's like he's sipping Mai Tais, you know, just milking the system. And I'm in my head, I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I know that's what I'm doing.
Right, and I'm fine with it, man. Like, this is the most stable income I've had in years.
Yes.
And it's not a lot. It's not like, I mean, you're lucky you already have a girlfriend, because it's not like I'd be like to some girl, hey, I got steady income from the state.
Right.
I'm good. I'm not proud of it.
You want to go out to dinner? I got some unemployment money.
It's on the state.
Right. Thank the government for this one.
It's on Utah. It's on the state of Utah. Which, I guess from a political angle, I'm fine with.
In my mind, though, like, the way I see it is like, this is my Social Security.
Yeah.
I'm never going to get it.
That's a good point.
So, like, yeah, it's like, the way I see it is like, this is the closest thing I'm ever going to get, so I might as well take it. You know what I mean? Like,
that's profound. I mean, a nursing home, for comedians, like, what's that going to look like? None of us have savings.
Depends on what comedians are in there. It'll either be the biggest party or just the most arguments ever. Nursing homes are like, it's such an interesting thing to me because, like, my grandma, she passed away when I was young, but she was in a nursing home for a couple years when I was a kid. And I remember going, and it's like, all these people have lived their lives, and they know exactly what they like and exactly what they don't like. And, like, imagine the real world house where everybody is set in their ways 100%.
Yeah.
Like, those reality shows, it's like people can learn and change and work with each other. And not in a retirement home. They're like, nope, I hate you. I have to live next to you. This sucks. We do not get along. I don't ever want to be put in a retirement home, is what I'm saying.
Really?
No.
It doesn't seem great. It seems like there's a lot of fucking, though. I heard that there's a lot of sex now.
Yeah, probably. That makes sense. Especially if, like, your lifelong partner died. It's like, what are you going to do for the last 2 years?
Yeah.
You're going to keep complaining about the mashed potatoes not being mashed enough, or are you just going to go get some?
I saw at a nursing home one time, the guy was at the piano, and you know, they have those fake books, like, for songs, you know, just sitting on the piano.
Oh, yeah.
And he's, like, banging out some tunes. And he's doing that one, you say tomato, I say tomato, tomato, tomato. He didn't know there's two different pronunciations. Like,
no.
That's the whole song. just
potato.
a song about
potato,
tomatoes.
Potato.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about my own death and my death doesn't scare me. The last 5 years before it is what scares me.
Right.
The slow decline.
I mean, I never thought I would make it to, like, 25, to be honest.
No, me too. I had that.
So it's like, well, now it's just going to happen when it happens, and that's it.
How old are you? Do you mind me asking?
Yeah, I'm 32.
Oh, okay. That's a fun age.
Yeah. It's a great time to be locked up inside of a house for months on end. And, you know, normally there'd be, like, concerts and ball games and entertainment.
Yeah. I'm 43, so.
Okay.
I remember.
Yeah.
32. No, I don't. Jesus.
I'm stoked to be collecting unemployment right now. That's great.
I gotta be honest. It's me too. Like, there's like 4 questions you have to answer, you know? Are you available for work? Did you leave the United States? You know, every week you refile.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I doing it right? Like, they're very basic questions.
Right. Like,
did you do paid training?
Type agree in the box, and I'm like, A, G,
Yeah, but it's not gonna be forever, right? I think they're gonna kill it in end of July.
The extra $600 a week ends at the end of July, and after that, honestly, I'm like, well, I might as well. I don't fully understand why we're getting the extra money, but I will happily take it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
One thing that happened was before all this, I was working like a year ago. I was working like a big full-time job, and I was working my way up, and I was killing it. Like, best sales, all the best numbers. And this is for a burrito place that doesn't need to be mentioned on here, but we all know where it is. And I was working my way up to corporate, and I interviewed for corporate, and I had by far the best stats. I was by far the most qualified, and then basically they were like, we decided to go another direction. And so I had saved up a bunch of money working there, and then once I was done, I was just focused on comedy full time for 9 months until all this came up.
Yeah.
And so I was dipping into my savings account pretty heavily.
Yeah.
And I'm able to kind of build that back up through all this, which is nice because once I'm able to like focus just on comedy again, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But that could be a couple of years. So right now I'm just like, save my money while I can.
Exactly. Well, you were doing all right. I mean, it seemed like you had a nice system going with, was it rotating tap?
Yeah.
So, what, you had like several breweries that were...
Yeah, we were producing live shows at 8 breweries. We had our 9th, but the 9th one had to be canceled because of COVID. The 9th one, the first one was supposed to be at Green Mountain Brewing, and it was supposed to be like the first week of April, and then they shut everything down like the last week of March, and it was like, oh, cool, great. So that didn't happen, but...
I mean, I had a weekend in Omaha when it was going down. And Omaha's kind of, it's not really super progressive. So they're like, fuck it, no, everything's still open. But the people were like, no, we're not going out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I lost so much money on that weekend. But...
Did you drive out there?
Yeah. I could have just flown. It would have been cheaper, but...
It's not a bad drive, though, from Denver.
No, I like driving.
Hours.
Yeah. But it was just weird, Like, people showed up, but there's just unease in the air.
Yeah, the last few nights of comedy were like that for sure.
Right.
The last night that anything was allowed to be open, I was hosting at Comedy Works, and I had to be like, all right, we all, like, I'm just going to go ahead and acknowledge that we all know that COVID's a thing, and it's going to shut us down. Let's have one last night. And everybody, like, after I brought it up and, like, was like, let's not think about it, everybody was like, hell yeah, into that. But when I like went out there originally, everybody's like, should we be here? Are we doing the wrong thing?
Yeah.
So
it's not a good vibe for comedy.
Yeah. Yep, very true. So this is Slawns Lake. You can see it's a nice big lake. There's a Target over there on the other side.
Oh yeah. And it's like a sunrise. The Target's coming up over the horizon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's beautiful.
Very picturesque.
It actually is. I mean, the mountains. Are you like a hiker, outdoor guy?
I mean, I play some pretty wild frisbee golf courses.
Oh, that's right.
That are like hiking, but I don't hate it as much because I'm like doing something else while I'm doing. I don't like hiking just for hiking.
Yeah.
I don't like running. I don't mind walking just for walking.
Yeah.
But going uphill, come on. That's, oof.
Yeah, it's weird. I would rather be running than walking. Walking freaks me out for some reason. Like people are like, go for a walk. It stresses me out.
That's wild to me.
I know. I should be. It always feels good though when I get out and I'm like, I feel way better. I get out of my head.
Totally. There's a lot of baby geese right now. They're very cute. Geese are very cute babies. I can't stand adult geese.
Oh, they're monsters.
They're terrible. But baby geese, very cute.
Can you imagine your neck being that long?
No, wait. After watching So I See, like, they do this weird thing with their neck when they're like getting ready to attack. They like bob it up and down all crazy.
Oh yeah. Like a boxer.
Yeah, kind of.
Bobbing and weaving.
And then they like, when they go after somebody, they stick their neck all the way out and straight down. So it looks more like an arrow. And they just go straight at something. It's awesome. They're mean animals, those geese.
Yeah, we got the lake patrol, clearly dormant. One little pontoon boat. You gotta do color commentary with this.
Oh yeah.
show.
It's just sitting there. How's that?
That was amazing. Like
you.
I felt like how you were like Howard Cosell for a second. Do you remember him? Did you know?
Howard Cosell.
Yeah.
I can't do the accent.
Yeah.
Hello there, Andy. That's a terrible Howard Cosell.
I know Howard Cosell from Better Off Dead.
Yeah. Great movie.
A classic confrontation.
Great movie.
Yeah.
The Street Racers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
I learned Russian from The Hunt for Red October. You watch that movie?
I haven't seen that movie.
Are you kidding?
No.
Oh, dude. It's one of my favorite movies.
Of all time?
Yeah.
All right.
It's up there, yeah. My dad was in the Navy. So
Okay.
we bonded, I guess, over that.
Military family?
Well, he worked on like a secret naval base up in Northern California.
Ooh.
So that movie was sort of relevant to him, I guess.
That's cool. I feel like we're not shopping at all.
I mean, that's okay. I did a bunch of them in New York that were in just Prospect Park, just wandering around.
Okay.
I mean, it's wandering the aisles, interpreted loosely.
Sure. Okay.
It was originally called What's Your Yarn Worth with Andy Farnsworth.
I like that.
I know. It's just
That's
too
fun.
many. It's too much. It's a lot of syllables.
Yeah, that is a lot. Look at these guys. Incredible.
Oh. I'm gonna take a
They're tiny, yeah. That way everyone knows that they're real baby geese. Real
Yeah.
life baby geese.
I feel like that. Hi, ducks. Oh, they're gonna fucking flex on me.
Flexing geese.
You said your family's here?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a niece and nephew that live in Minneapolis. And so I've been talking to them a little bit with all this, but not a
Yeah.
lot. But everybody else in my family lives here. But with everything going on, it's like hard to get like, we've had some like socially distanced hangouts. So it's like cool to get to see them, but it's also weird when it's like,
With the family?
yeah, you gotta sit like 20 feet away from everybody.
That seems right. I feel like emotionally my family is definitely.
Already socially distanced.
Oh yeah, we're very individual, kind of stray cats kind of thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Like fighting is not yelling, it's icing. You ice each other out.
Oh. Wait, like,
And blow up once every 4 years about shit that happened 4 years ago.
okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's
I mean, we try to get together, but we also don't, like, talk a ton. Like, my
Yeah.
girlfriend and her sister that lives in Iowa, they have phone calls, like, 4 times a day and just, like, talk.
that's wild.
And like, my brother and sister live here, and I talk to them maybe, like, 2 text messages a week on, like, a busy week,
Yeah.
like a good week. We talk
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah, everything is like, it's good, we just don't talk that much. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
now,
yeah.
as an adult, we're good, you know, like, things are pretty
Totally, yeah.
good, but
It's the same way.
if I were to call my dad 3 days in a row, he'd be like, why
why are
it
you...
wouldn't be unwelcome, but he'd eventually be like, what's going on?
Right. Why are you...
Do you need money?
Why are you bothering me?
Yeah. What do they do?
My parents are retired. My sister's a nurse. And my brother... I'm not sure what my brother does, to be honest. Something to do with, like, gas pumps. Selling gas pumps to gas stations, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know. Well, you ask my family the question, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's a comedian," which means he doesn't do anything. He's unemployed. Which,
About you?
yeah.
Oh.
Which fair enough, because I am a comedian and I'm on unemployment currently.
Right
so
now.
can't argue that.
I've come to the point where I feel sympathy for them as parents. Like, I wouldn't want a kid who's a comedian.
No.
I mean, it's
oh
the least
God. Oh.
safe. And if they know anything about comedy or the history of comedy, they're like, what did I do?
Right. Yeah.
Actually, no, I know what I did. And he's a walking reminder of
This
it.
is my fault. Oh, yeah. No, my parents like that I do comedy. They're into it.
Have they ever listened to your stuff? Do they come to shows?
They've come to a couple. They've listened to stuff. I definitely edit myself a little bit when they're around, and they're aware of that. They're like, you don't have to like hold back because we're there. And I'm like, you would hate some of the stuff I say. Like, you'd be so disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, my mom will probably listen to this podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What do we want to say to your mom?
Just, hi, Mom. Hey. That's about it. She doesn't... Let's go this way.
That's supportive.
She is supportive. She's very supportive.
Good job, Steve's mom. I think this is great that you're listening. So.
She hates when I swear a bunch. Like, if I say, like, fuck, shit, piss, damn, she gets real upset.
Yeah.
But she gets it. You know?
What's your mom's name?
Her name is Kay, like the letter.
Okay. My mom's name is Mary Lou.
Mary Lou.
And not if you call her Mary, it's like, no, it's Mary Lou. It's a double.
Oh, yeah. Can't have one without the other.
Mary Lou and George. That's my dad.
So I'm taking us over to a Joyride Brewing.
Okay.
Here in Edgewater, Colorado. And I'm going to support a local brewery and get a crowler to go.
Awesome. That seems good.
Help out the economy by drinking alcohol.
Right now, sales have got to be like up. Don't you think?
For breweries, no.
Oh,
For
right.
like liquor stores are rolling in it right now.
Yeah.
But a lot of the breweries, because that's like exclusively what I work with for Rotating Tap.
Yeah.
A lot of the breweries have been struggling. And at the beginning of COVID, there were a lot of reports of like potentially by the end of June, if stuff wasn't opening back up, potentially 2/3 of breweries across America would be closing. It's a very hard industry for them to maintain right now. Trying to do what I can when I can. But so this is the very edge of Denver, this sidewalk right here.
No shit.
This is the very edge of Denver, and the other side of the street is Edgewater. It's kind of, I'll show you something that's really going to blow your mind.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
This will be a nice surprise for you.
Okay.
I'll tell you there's a retail location. Retail sales.
Nice.
Here's the shop I wanted to show you.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is the Dog the Bounty Hunter retail shop.
Yes.
Thank
sure
you.
Is.
This is amazing.
Yeah. There's a nice flag of dog right in there. If you ever need any Dog the Bounty Hunter clothes or anything.
Is that what, I guess that's what they're selling.
Yeah, he, like,
clothes.
Dog owns this place. He comes in here and stuff sometimes.
Do people call him just Dog? What's up? Hey,
Yeah,
Dog.
I don't think it's like a Mary Lou situation. I think you could just say dog. You don't have to say the whole, the bounty hunter part. That'd be pretty good if he corrects me. He's like, sorry, it's not dog. It's Dog the Bounty Hunter. Say it all.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, dude? Can I just get a crowler of the ice cutter?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Just gonna fill one up real quick.
Sure.
I'm still thinking about what have I been doing.
Dude, I mean,
It's not, but I haven't been laying around. Like, I really haven't. I've been doing shit.
I mean, time seems so weird to me right now as a whole. Like,
Yeah. It does.
it feels like all this went down a year and a half ago. Like, I'm kind of getting used to living this way, which sucks because I don't like it.
Yeah.
But it feels like a lot more than 2.5 months. Like, that's all it's been.
Yeah.
I was at Disneyland.
Yeah, April, May.
I was at Disneyland the first week of March. So, right before everything happened. It was like crazy to think about like being at a place like that where like now, no way.
Yeah.
Like, there. Now we can't say that we didn't buy anything.
Yeah. No, we wandered.
We wandered.
It's a very consumer-based model, I guess. I just find that when people are out walking, it's a little bit different conversation than like when you're in a room sitting staring at each other.
Oh, totally. Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense.
And one thing this thing is teaching me is to be okay with silences, be uncomfortable. A, because they get edited out. B, because people often say the most interesting things, like right after a long 5-second pause.
Yeah.
But
I did improv for like 4.5 years. And it was improv that taught me to like really be comfortable in silence. And it was something I was able to take to my stand-up.
yeah.
I learned it in improv and was able to like put it into my stand-up. And I think it's one of the most important things I've ever like learned the skill of.
Yeah.
It is a skill of being comfortable in silence.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if it's like a conversation. It's like, yeah, I mean, sometimes
Yeah.
everybody's talking about like Justin Trudeau's response to Trump, where he just kind of was like quiet for the
I didn't
first.
see the video, but I heard that.
He makes some funny faces, not like on purpose, but like he does, and everybody's like, yeah, he's quiet, but it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Every like journalist was like, damn, I'm brilliant for thinking of that one. Where's my Nobel Prize in poetry?
There should be more of that, though. Just, I don't know the answer to your question. I just don't know.
Yeah.
And then just quiet.
Just quiet. Yeah.
Makes for good TV, but I don't think we
There's
need
a-
it anymore. Good TV.
And in terms of me learning all the juicy gossip from people, there's times where I'm just like, you just need to be quiet. Or everybody needs to just be quiet.
It's weird how it feeds on itself, too.
Yeah, well, the thing about gossip, too, is a lot of times it's not true. And so it's like, if I really want to know the answer, I got to look into, like, figuring out what's true and what isn't. And it's like, sometimes people are just spreading lies about other people. And it's like, shut up. Don't do that.
And it's almost always, and I'm not saying it as if I've never done it. I mean, I love it. It feels great to talk shit about somebody.
Yeah.
But, like, it's often been like we're friends and I'm like, man, you're processing something out loud about somebody because that's what people do.
Yeah.
But then they start processing to their friend about what it's not always malicious, but
there is some malicious drama though, and I think that exists in any comedy scene or probably in any community in general.
Yeah.
Like that happens in workspaces and shit, and like comedy doesn't have a PR department or an HR department that we can go to and be like, hey, this guy was saying this about me.
Do I have any rumors?
No, I don't think so. But to
I'm
be
not
fair,
important enough to have rumors.
Yeah, I don't think you've been around enough, really. Because, like, when you did my show at Emporium, I didn't realize that you had moved here.
Oh.
I thought you were just in town, and then you were like, you went up there, the first thing you said was like, oh, I moved here, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which is cool, you know?
We're passing Sloan's Lake again. Steve has a nice umbrella over my head. Thank you for shading to keep the sun out.
I am frying away, but I got you.
Yeah, it was really gentlemanly. Hi, dog. There's a lot of duck shit.
There is.
I don't like the word poop. Shit.
You don't like the word poop?
I like the word shit. I think
shit's a great word, but poop is fun. Poop.
I didn't grow up with it.
It's spelled the same forwards and backwards. Poop.
Did your family talk about, like, we never talked about our body. There was not like families are like showing each other their junk usually, but
no, not really. But I mean, like I said, like my parents, I think honestly one of the reasons I swear so much is because my parents were like so anti me swearing when I was like in high school, you know, and it's like, I'm learning these words in public school. Like, I'm learning these words from the place that you make me go every day. So, fuck yeah, I'm going to say shit and bitch.
Do you remember your first cuss word?
Oh, I remember some really early on ones. I would say, like, probably by, like, first grade, I knew, like, ass and stuff.
Ass is a good entry-level gateway.
Yeah, ass is the marijuana of swear words. I would say shit would be like mushrooms level.
Yeah.
And then, fuck is like acid.
Fuck is cocaine. Because once you say it, you keep saying it. Like, I want more.
Oh, I don't.
No?
Maybe bitchin'. I'd say that's
Bitchin'
cocaine.
is so harmless. Bitchin' is surf terminology.
Yeah, but if you say it too much or in the wrong time,
That's true.
it'll take you down. Whereas I think, I don't know. And then you get to like,
Oh, you mean like bitching about something? Or like I just caught a really rad wave bitching? Come on.
either way. Yeah,
What?
that's what I'm saying.
When have
Yeah,
you ever been
you can-
sanctioned for that?
You can say bitching and it goes either way, you know? Like, I feel like sometimes people on cocaine have a great time and sometimes they have a terrible time.
Oh, yeah. Or
So-
they open a bar or they don't.
And then you get to like cunt, and that's like ketamine. that's a lot for me, you know? I'm not into
Yeah.
that.
Twat
Twat?
is like ayahuasca.
Oh, yeah. Maybe DMT. Yeah. I
That's
feel
an
like this is
overseas curse word. That's a British. I feel like twat.
what do they call like ecstasy in Britain?
That's a great question.
Shout out to the listeners if we could get an
Yeah,
answer.
if we could get a quick email about that.
I mean, like, it's a pretty solid analogy, though.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's an entry. I think mine was just like butt.
But you think butt's a swear word?
No, it wasn't. But I mean, that was slowly starting to
yeah.
dip your. That was buying cigarettes for the first time.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Butthead?
Butthead, yeah, butt muncher, that was real popular.
Yeah, not
when
me.
was a
I
kid.
didn't go that far.
Butt muncher was a big one. I remember there was.
Did you grow up religious?
Yeah, I was raised pretty religious,
Yeah, me too.
but
I accepted Jesus like 50 times. They had to tell me to stop doing it. I'm not now, but I
Right.
believe in something, but not. definitely
not necessarily the
Yeah.
Christian ideal of.
Yeah, not really at all.
Yeah. Oh, ladybug! I flicked it off on accident. It scared me.
So you did grow up like that?
Yeah, I grew
Like
up,
evangelical?
Dutch Reformed Christian.
Dutch Reformed. My
Dutch
friend Dave is
Reformed.
that. I never hear that.
Yeah,
That's so rare.
Dutch Reformed Christian, and the thing was that like.
Yeah, vendor plug. How do I say
Plug,
plug? Sorry.
yeah. No, that's
I get
okay.
that all the time.
Oh, I'm so used to it.
That's a Dutch fucking name. Jesus.
It's
yeah.
very Dutch. The church that I was raised in, I caught on to how the hypocrisies at a very young age. Like in my youth group, in middle school, one of the other kids would go to youth group just to like fucking sell ecstasy, and everybody knew it. And his dad cheated on his wife with somebody else in the church,
Oh damn.
and so it's like you guys are all preaching this, but nobody's practicing it. Like I don't.
Yeah.
This isn't the life I want to live. Like, it's super hypocritical. I grew up in Boy Scouts.
I did the Boy Scouts.
I didn't care for that. I got kicked out.
You know, I had a pretty profound experience in Boy Scouts where one of the den leader guys, his son was in the den. And you know, there's a requirement to go to, like, there used to be a requirement to go to church,
Sure. Yeah.
like one Sunday, a different church or something. And the dad was so opposed to it, he just signed the thing for him. I remember seeing it. And I remember being so, like, it's just conflicted.
Right. Man, in my.
It's all about honor, man.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Scouts was all.
And again, there was a lot of hypocrisy in the Scouts too, where I was just like, this doesn't seem right. Like,
Yeah.
I might not be a Christian, but I think I'm a good person, and I think that I like try and help other people, which follows a lot of Christian beliefs.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people that are Christian are terrible people and will stab anybody in the back, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
And then be like, no, it's okay. I'm Christian. And it's like, I don't.
Yeah. I'm not really anymore, but I still throw rocks at women when they're menstruating. I can't stop that one.
If it's a full moon,
Yeah.
you're like, no, that's the spot to
No,
say.
go to the tent. Here's the flat. I'm opening it. Go to your place of uncleanness. Yeah, there was a lot of weird handshaking. I remember in my church. I remember those guys that like shook hands a little too long.
Yeah.
Like grip was a little too, a little too much eye contact.
Yeah.
It just felt like bad touch. Like I want out of this handshake.
Right.
That's a specific memory.
But yeah, I mean, like my parents would not. They raised me Christian, and I wasn't supposed to swear, but I was just like, I told him all the time, I was like, I want to swear. Like, I like these words.
That's a very comic thing. Like, you were learning the power of language.
Yeah, totally. Well, and I have a degree in English too, so like, I learned in college, if there's one thing that tens of thousands of dollars taught me, it's like, swear words are the most powerful words when used correctly.
Yeah.
But just throwing them out there all the time isn't really like, great.
I say like fuck is the smoking cigarettes of talking. Like people, they're whatever, just go outside. Don't do it too much. Kind of, I mean,
Right.
just among people, like
I see what you're saying.
certain,
Yeah.
if you say it too much.
That was a squirrel.
Hey, squirrel.
Right there. He's got a little flower in his mouth. A little goofball. I love the word fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
When I listen to this, when I listen back to these, I say like. Everyone said, I mean, like is just so much filler.
It is. Do you do that in your stand-up, though? Do you ever notice that?
Not unless I'm writing.
Sure.
When I'm trying to write something, then there's a lot of likes and ums, you know?
As you think it out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That makes sense.
I mean, but if there's one, I almost wish I had like a shock collar for every time I said it. But
yeah.
it's just understood. People just do it.
Right. Although I've seen like comics in their routine use that word, and for me as a stand-up, like watching other people do stand-up, I critique it a lot and try and learn. But there's times where I've seen people in the audience catch on to somebody saying like too much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, that's distracting as hell. Once you start to pick up on that, you're just, it's hard to not focus on them saying like. And even if it's like saying, I like something, like, I like birds, you're still like, oh, you said like 42 liking times, you know?
I feel like that person, I would give them a pass because they like birds. Like, that's such purity of heart, you know?
But like, what kind of like birds are we like talking about? Like, are they like sparrows? Are they like eagles? Like, you know, do you even like birds?
I like predator birds, mostly like birds with huge. I like peacocks. I like birds that like.
Because they're
me.
like feathers, or they're like heads. You like their feathers?
I like birds, general, like the way they're like old.
They're like old.
They like seem old. They're dinosaurs, like right. Like
they're like dinosaurs, but they're not dinosaurs. But I like them.
That is a terrifying thought. When you see birds and you're, I almost said like, when you see birds and see, what do I do right there? It's filler. It is
filler.
It's your mind going, I don't know exactly what the word is next.
Yeah, it's basically,
put this here.
It really is basically the same as
Yeah.
But it sounds better.
Yeah, it's a more sophisticated, yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
But it's something I try to, well, yeah, when I'm performing, I try to be really.
Yeah, I listened to some old videos of myself recently, and I say, I pause a lot and go, and I don't want to do that.
I hate it when I say I don't know, or not that it's not that I don't like the quality of not knowing. It's as a transition, or when I'm filling empty space. I don't know.
Yeah, just like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What else?
Right, I get that. Yeah.
But I don't usually say what's my version of what else. Yeah, so when I'm trying to think of the next bit,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
You know, John Novosad has like the best method of handling that I've seen is he'll say, instead of saying, you know, what else or what's next, he'll say, and I do. And it kind of like forces him to bring on his next point. So instead of saying, and it'll be totally random, he can be talking about like, oh, the sky is so blue, and I love the sky, and the sky is great. And I ride the bus. And it's like, it's like, I did not expect that coming, but I'm following you.
If somebody did that in regular life, they are having a hard time. Well, and I do. And I do like the bus. And I'm not over the breakup.
That's true, yeah. And I do. I'm still heartbroken. I am.
And I am hurting.
And I do. There's a lot of, I notice all these issues going on in society. And I do. I do love orange juice so much.
It's in that moment you have one little thing to cling to. You're in so much pain. You're like, fucking orange juice. It's a place of quiet and serenity, and I love it. I do love it.
I do. I love.
Where am I
orange juice? Either way, straight, left, whatever you're feeling.
Osceola. I don't know what an Osceola street is, or I know what a street is, but not an Osceola.
Oh.
Do you? It's a bird.
I thought it was a.
Ooh, for rent. This is a whole house situation.
It is a whole house situation for sure.
I called a guy the other day about an apartment. I go, yeah, I'm calling about that place at Logan and 12th. And he goes, is it just you? I go, yeah. He goes, well, you probably couldn't afford it. I go, I haven't told you anything about me.
I'd be like, well, fuck you,
I
dude.
did. I hung up on him. Because he's like, well, it's a 2-bedroom. I did. I hung up. I'm like, you don't even know me. You don't know my... And of course, no, I couldn't afford it.
Yeah, of course. but he doesn't need to say that. He doesn't need to...
He didn't know
condescendingly...
anything.
Yeah. Oof.
Do I sound like I am a ward of the state? Like I'm on unemployment?
No, that's... Listen, are you... That's a better question to ask. Are you going to be living by yourself or are you on unemployment? Yeah, but do you know how much unemployment is right now?
Right, yeah. I'm crushing it, man.
Yeah, pretty wild. That sucks. I'd be so mad about that.
It might have been a decent place, too, if I would have swallowed my ego or just a little bit and just... But I would have need to... What?
This is where you go left. I would have lied and been like, dude, I guarantee you I make more than you.
Yeah.
I am just trying to live a block away from work and really guilt him.
I would have been like, I'm actually looking to buy the house.
Right.
So I'm wondering.
I'm going to buy the property.
I own 5 of the houses. This is shit I would have done in the past because that would have hurt so bad. I'd been like, actually I am. I own several of the surrounding properties. Oh,
I'm totally.
But then he'd be like, no, I actually own those.
Yeah.
Wait, where am I?
Up one more block. Oh,
what?
You can go around there.
That's your house?
Yeah, that's the house.
There was
the house that I live in.
You made nothing. You didn't know.
I pointed. I did that. Perfect for all our podcast listeners.
He was pointing, but I will say you had been doing some hand gestures, so there wasn't.
There was a hand gesture. Oh,
well,
shit.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks for having me.
First date.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you.
Fun times.
Yeah. That's happy. We had some happy times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll see you soon, man.
See you, buddy.
Easy.
Bye. That's the show. Thanks for walking along with us. And I appreciate how quiet you were. Really, I do. You're pretty low maintenance third wheel. Mr. Steve Vanderplug. And again, that's at SlumdogChillionaire on Instagram. Hopefully we'll be hearing more about Rotating Tap. Good getting to know you, Steve. Hope we hang out again sometime. Maybe we'll go to REI and climb that wall. And you can belay for me. I think normal people do shit like that when they try to establish friendships. I don't know that I'm ready to go climbing with a man and ask for belaying. Boy, real trust fall, vulnerability metaphor there. It's hard for me to do what I'm just doing while the dog is licking his junk. And now licking his lips. Too graphic for you? I'm sorry, that's just reality. I gotta speak my truth. My friend Drew's telling me I need to just own it. He's asleep. The poor thing, his tail's all wrapped up. It looks like a Louisville Slugger baseball bat. He's too asleep to know I'm making fun of him. Jack. Hey. Yeah, he's out. Oh, I miss stand-up. My words are slow, and my brain is slow, and 5 likes on Facebook is not cutting it for every thing I put out there. Granted, I'm not saying I'm a genius or anything, but I'm gonna have to learn to get some affirmation and love from somewhere healthy, which they say is inside you. But come on, man. How are you supposed to get it? We're not all fucking Buddhists. I mean, I'm working on it. I'm a struggling Buddhist. Patchwork Buddhist. But I'm not sure I totally desire to be free of desire and suffering. I mean, that's really the goal. To do no harm. I'm not going to be an expositor for Buddhism here. I can't recall it all off the top of my head. I'm just glad to be back with you, and I'm glad for the people that are coming into my life now that are different from me, that have been there, but that are kind of getting close again. I'm grateful to have met Drew. I mean, that's super cool. And Alip, my buddy Alip, I think we're going to be all doing a project together, which I'll have some more details about coming up in the future. Hey, I'd love it if you were able to support the show on patreon.com/Wandering the Isles. That's recurring monthly support. You don't have to do a lot, or you don't have to do anything, but a little bit helps. $5 a month, $10 a month. I'll send you some shit, man. You can get some stickers, you can get a poster, and you can get access to the bonus feed, which I'm starting up. I mean, it's a little self-indulgent, but if you're into being kept company by me, maybe you'll dig it. Not sure the form of it for sure yet, but it'll be extra content on a weekly basis. So get over there to patreon.com/Wandering the Isles. And at Bambi Fransworth on Twitter and Instagram, at Bambi Fransworth, and then also wanderingtheisles.com. That is the page for all things Wandering the Isles. And for my stand-up, if you want to book me and get my headshots and bio and all that shit. Speaking to you, industry, I know you're not paying attention, but, it's the quality of your followers. It's not the quantity. I have some good quality followers. Proud of them. Like them. They're organic. They're organic people, followers, free-range folks. And I do want to say what I just said. I know I'm missing something. Probably a bunch of thank yous. There are so many thank yous that go into this show. Music by Aaron Campbell and Future Sequence. Next 3 weeks are pretty lined up, and I'm excited for who we got coming. A woman named Abby Jane Palmer. Pretty intense spiritual conversation, and a trip to the plant store and a witch supply store. I'm going to call it that. And some really good dispelling, can I use that, of my previous beliefs about the occult and witchy stuff. Thanks again, you guys. It was good to spend some time together. Yeah, feel free to just spread out on the bed, Jack. I don't need to be here. Oh my god. He's like 7 feet long. Alright. Dude, you got your feet all caught up in... Jack. Say something. What? Yeah, he doesn't. He's got stage fright.